Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Is that good? Welcome back to the show. Yo, listen up, we back in the game. Sweet the lead, we got the flame. All of it to the fullest, every single day we wake up, get it in every way. Working in 222 on the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweet the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that STL Music, mama, we did it, where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every girl round, Purple rock stats, we unite. Yeah, the best show, Monday through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweep, you say the lead. Sweep the lead, sweep the lead, sweep the lead, sweep the lead. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the lead. Sweep the lead. Sweep the lead. San Antonio.
Hi, it's Sherilyn, and you're watching Sweep the League TV. Follow me on Instagram at official Sherilyn for more content.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweep the League Radio.
What is up, everybody? Rudy Campos Jr. here for Sweep the League. It is the Monday Madness edition of Sweep the League. Apologies real quick. For whatever reason, X or Twitter, it's not allowing us to stream on there. I'm going to have to work on that. So we are live on our YouTube page. You just go to YouTube, search at Sweep the League TV. You can find us on Facebook as well. Also on Twitch. We'll be sharing the Twitch page out for you guys as well, too. So definitely join us there for Sweep the League. Again, apologies. It's not working on X or stream or Twitter, so I have to figure out what's happening there. But nonetheless, it's the Monday night edition of Sweep the League. Did Elon ban me? I don't think so. It's that we have to have a premium, which we all have premium accounts. I don't know why it's not letting us stream, so I've got to figure that out. But nonetheless, like I said, you can join us on YouTube, you can join us on Facebook or Twitch. Now that we are live on Twitch, so I'm going to say FX right now, so who cares? But, appreciate everybody joining in tonight. It's going to be a quick show. Happy birthday, Rudy. Blue Devils. Yeah, Tar Heels. So appreciate you, Tim. Thanks for the birthday witches. Joel Clone. Thank you for joining in tonight as well. So we're going to make it it's going to be a pretty quick show. Just got home a little while ago. Of course, birthday is today, so I want to spend some time with family, but I didn't want to miss a show with you guys. I want to kind of keep it rolling here at Sweep the League. So we're going to do a little bit of a recap here. Yesterday was, and again, this is going to be the Monday Night Madness. We're going to cover some WWE news, actually, SummerSlam itself. So yesterday was SummerSlam. Now, overall, I think SummerSlam was pretty good. I mean, we saw tons of belts just changing hands left and right. The first match, we'll get into the first match of the night. Obviously, the first match was Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. If you guys want to comment in there, just drop some comments as well. So the match itself, ended up seeing Dirty Dom, ended up hooking up with Liv at the end. So that was I don't know if we can call it unexpected. I mean, I kind of felt everybody expect that's the way that was going to go there. Eventually, Dom was going to turn his back on Rhea. So, seeing that it happened. Now, question of the night, or one of the questions of the night that we've got for SummerSlam here was the Rhea Ripley shoulder injury. I'm pretty sure that really wasn't real. It's kind of a cheesy moment, I think, but there was a lot of people that kind of thought it maybe she had done it, but I mean, you got to understand. You got to understand. It was just kind of just a play on it. I didn't expect it. I didn't think it was a real thing at all. when she said her shoulder was popped out or something. I mean, there's just much more pain and stuff. So I can understand why they want to do that. Build a little bit of more hype in the match itself. But nonetheless, Liv Morgan did beat Rhea Ripley. She is the women's world championship. Dom did her dirty, did Rhea dirty. So, what are your thoughts on the Rhea Ripley Liv Morgan match? What kind of now? I'm not covering Raw tonight, so just an FYI. Brandon Medina and Sith Lord Elias, they're going to be covering Monday Night Raw 10 minutes after it's done. So roughly like 10:15 they're going to be going live on Spaces. So you may want to join them over there for the Monday Night Raw recap. Tonight, we're just getting ready. We're just going to cover a little bit of SummerSlam. We'll be here for just a little while with you guys. The Monday Madness edition. Acknowledge Me. That was awesome. We'll get into that as well. I've got some questions regarding that. So, yeah, Judgment Day has been breaking for a while. It really has. I mean, later on in the evening, you saw Finn Balor turn his back, obviously, which another thing we knew what was going to happen to Damian Priest. So that happening was, again, it's been building up for a while. We know the Dominic and Liv Morgan thing's been building up for a while. So the Judgment Day is pretty much over from what we can tell. Harry, I appreciate it, Harry. Appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for the birthday wishes there. He says loved it. So yeah, first match is pretty good. I mean, it was a good start to the show. I enjoyed it. It was decent. Uh, there was a lot of botches, not in this match, alone. There was a lot of botches, it seemed like all night. So, what are the botches that you guys saw? Y'all want to talk about a certain match? Drop it in the comments. We'll talk about that. Christopher Leha, shout out to MCS General Contracting. Says, what's good, fellas? Happy born day. Really appreciate it, man. 45 years young today. So, just going to jump on here for a little bit. Proud. Thank you, Christopher Leha, for the birthday, which is also shout out to MCS General Contracting, proud sponsors of Sweep the League. First segment is brought to you by MCS General Contracting. SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, all the pay-per-views. Not saying MCS did anything about it, but that word that we always say is foundation. And that's what MCS General Contracting does. They lay the foundation for you. Same way that everything else is laid out. You've got to have a strong foundation. You got to have a strong core. And that's what Chris Aleja and the boys over at MCS General Contracting do for you. They get you on the right path. They do the job right the first time. It's 100% customer satisfaction. That's MCS General Contracting. Call them today for our general contracting needs. Chris Aleja and the boys. Get into more of the comments here. Joel Cologne. Well, Rhea can either go heel or face, and I think Priest works better as a face. I agree with the Damian Priest thing. Better as a face. I do like him as a face. Rhea, I think, will probably stay face for a while. I think they're gonna kind of use that whole thing to, they're gonna milk it for what it's worth right now. Appreciate it, Joel. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Sith Lord Elias, a shout out to Sith, because Sith and Brandon, they're going to cover your Monday Night Raw tonight. 10 minutes after Raw's done, they're going to jump on Twitter or X and Spaces. So you'll be able to catch their Spaces, and they'll cover everything and everything for Monday Night Raw tonight. We're just kind of talking a little bit about SummerSlam last night here. Appreciate it, Sith. And Louis A. La Cocina Taco Truck. Happy birthday, brother. Appreciate it, Louis. Appreciate it very, very much. Head over to La Cocina Taco Truck. Sponsors of Sweep the League, best quesadillas, best everything, street tacos. They've got the corn in the cup. They got everything out there. So you guys definitely want to hit up Louis and his staff over at La Cocina Taco Truck. Again, the Liv Morgan and Rhea match, liked it. It was good. I enjoyed it. But again, it just seemed like it was kind of already, decided. We knew Dom was going to turn on Rhea, and obviously it happened. So, were you really shocked by that? If not, let me know if you thought something else was going to really happen in there. Grading wise, I would say I'd give it probably a B+ on that match right there. Definitely pretty good. It was a pretty good match, really good start to the day there. The cool thing I liked about it was before the match started, how you saw Rhea and Dom walk into the ring. I liked that backstage stuff. You kind of get it into the gorilla room, and it's like they're getting out, and then the pop that she got when her song came out, the entrance music, the theme song came out, the crowd just exploded, and I loved it. You were able to see everything backstage, the reaction to her, from her. It was definitely a thing. The other cool part, and this goes for every single match, was I wasn't at first I was kind of like, I don't know, but I actually enjoyed the ref cam. That was actually pretty cool. I like that they did do that, and it was actually brought a little bit different feel for the matches. But nonetheless, like I said, B plus. I give a B plus to Liv and Rhea. That was a good match as well. Next, we're talking about Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn Intercontinental Championship. This one, I'm not too sure. I don't know why. I know the Braun Breaker hype, and he's been getting a lot of movement, a lot of traction. But my thing on the Braun Breaker thing was I figured they were gonna let it play a little while longer. That's my opinion. I think a lot of people expected Sammy to lose the belt at SummerSlam, which obviously he did. Braun Breaker did defeat Sami Zayn and is your new Intercontinental champion. So congratulations, Braun Breaker. Chris Leah, Braun Breaker is that dog. I will admit, I mean, growing up watching the Steiner brothers in WCW and then over in WWF back then. Yeah, Braun Breaker, he is that dog. And I think he's going to have a really, really hell of a run as an Intercontinental champion. Breaker needed to beat him quick, show that dominance. I agree with that. I just didn't know. I felt like maybe they were going to keep playing it just a little while longer. Maybe Braun gets a little closer to winning that Intercontinental title, and then obviously he's going to win it. But I was surprised, but not super surprised that Sammy wasn't going to come out with the victory and Braun was going to win the title. But I just felt like it was going to play a little bit longer, is what I felt. I mean, that was my thing, on the Breaker. But Braun Breaker, I mean, you had a couple of botches in this one that I saw. I think this was more of a B, on a grade of a B. I liked the match. I liked that Braun came out. Just didn't, it just felt like, for me, it felt like, Braun obviously dominated. He needed to dominate the match, and that's what they were trying to go with Braun Breaker, trying to show, everybody that he is, like Chris, like I said, that dog. And I don't mind that at all. I don't know. I had mixed feelings about the Braun Breaker Sammy match itself. I'm not upset about the outcome of it. I did enjoy it, and Braun Breaker is your new Intercontinental Champion. Sammy is a little overplayed, kind of going nowhere without the bloodline angle. That is a very, very true statement, Joel. I will agree with that. Um, I've never really had high hopes for Sammy. I mean, it's kind of one of those characters. He's kind of one of those guys where he's gonna get a lot of love, get some pops. He's gonna get some marquee matchups. But honestly, I never expected him to be Intercontinental Champion. I mean, that's probably just me. I figured, US maybe something like that, but I never expected Intercontinental title for Sami Zayn. That was kind of a surprise to me, to be honest with you. So that's just me, but I get what you're saying. I mean, Sammy's a character that I think they just kind of threw a bone towards him, and he was Intercontinental Champion. Does he gonna come back and do something? We'll see, we'll see. And not shitting all over Sami Zayn at all, but I mean, I just feel like I don't know. I mean, I'm glad Braun won. You had to put that title on a dominant person, and Braun Breaker is that guy. Rudy, what was your take on AEW Dynamite meeting a couple weeks ago? You have to remind me which one, because if it's the one, the watered down War Games, I actually liked it. If that's the one you're talking about, the watered down War Game one, I actually did like that a little bit. So I actually enjoyed it. It was pretty good, pretty good. So yeah, if that's the one you were talking about, Tim, let me know. Braun is a stud. Yeah, Braun's definitely a stud. I like the look. I'm wondering where they're gonna go with Braun Breaker. How far will he go? Question to the group, question to the chat here. Does Braun get that extra love? I mean, you're seeing him as the Intercontinental title. Does he have the look? Does he have the technique to be world champ? I mean, can we see Braun go all the way to the top? World champ. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know right now. Early guess on Braun Breaker is probably so, and that's kind of one of the things I wanted to talk about later when another match when we discuss another match because I think we might see something later on between these two guys, Ron Breaker and another guy. Okay, so Team Elite, Team AEW. Yeah, I like I said, the watered down War Games. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, I saw it. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad, Tim. I mean, it was okay. It was all right. I mean, there's a lot of AEW that I don't like that I'm seeing. Um, I think we talked about last week a little bit about Chris Jericho and whoever he fought. That was, I mean, that was hard to watch. I mean, I think I would have rather watched probably, two grandmas just knit all night, basically, and knit a big old blanket or something than that match. That match was just terrible, like terrible, terrible, terrible. So I don't see him as world champ, at least not yet, but he's a heel that gets a huge pop because if he's a Steiner. Yeah. So Joel, keep keep that same keep that same excitement right now. Keep that same, flow because I want you to come in on this as well. And I'm gonna probably propose something here in a little bit with it deals with Braun Breaker, and I have a feeling this is where it might go a little bit later on. So we're gonna move on quickly here. Logan Paul versus LA Knight. Okay. I'm gonna just come out and say it. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of people on the stream tonight. I know because Twitter was one of our biggest streaming platforms, so we're gonna have to figure all that out. But for all y'all that are in here, I appreciate everybody in here tonight. But when it comes to LA Knight and Logan Paul, I am not a Paul fan. Period. Logan, Jake Paul, obviously in boxing, I am not a Paul fan. Period. It's I just am not. But I will say this match, LA Knight and Logan Paul, I got some respect for Logan Paul in this one. When he did the that move off the ropes. Okay. You got me to give you oh and oh wow. You got me to do that. I give him some respect. The Logan Paul match and LA Knight match, it was good. I will say that was to me one of the better matches of the night for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great. I'm glad Logan Paul lost because it made it even better to see LA Knight, your new United States champion. I like it. I enjoyed it a whole lot. And Joel's right. He's a performer. He gets the business. And that's what I'm saying. I never really cared about Logan Paul. I mean, you'd watch the match, but I wasn't ever interested in it. This one, I started to gain a little bit more like, okay, I see you. I see what you can accomplish. I'm coming around. I'm coming around to it. And that's why I give him a lot of props now. I saw some stuff from Logan Paul. You can tell he's improving his mat technique, his in-ring skills. Everything is just improving. So I will give him a lot of credit because the improvement you can definitely see. But I'm glad. I mean, you have to put a belt around LA Knight, man. LA Knight. It's just, I love the character. I love him, as a wrestler. I think you know, that was one of the belts that changed hands that was like, okay, I like it. The Braun Breaker, obviously LA Knight. I mean, I was like, okay, we're getting into that new era for WWE now. So that was one of the better nights. That's actually an A minus for me, the Logan Paul uh LA Knight match. I've got that at an A minus for me. For me, that's an A minus right there. I do like that match. I liked it a whole lot. So definitely shout out to Logan Paul, LA Knight. One of the better matches for me that night. So going back, I see Braun kind of in the same light as LA Knight. Love LA Knight, but not necessarily world champ material. So let me get to this match. We'll come back to the other ones that I want to talk to. But yeah, the Braun thing. The thing with Braun is, I think you put a belt on him, obviously with the Intercontinental title. You let him dominate. You let him go for a little bit. Let him just start building up momentum. And I'll just say it. I really feel that we're gonna see like I don't know. I can't call it a super match, but I think we're gonna see Braun Breaker and Gunther eventually later on down the line, you're gonna see that duo for a little bit. It's just something about from what I feel when I see Braun Breaker and I look at Gunther, and I think that's where Braun's gonna be able to start trying to get to that world title. I think Gunther's probably gonna be a world champ for a while. I mean, I we've been calling I know Sith has been calling it for a little bit with me that, Gunther's gonna be a champion, and when he does, he's gonna be a champion for a while. That's where I see it kinda going. I see Gunther, Braun later on, and, like, I mean, Joel's saying, you gotta I see as a worker's belt. That's why I love that they gave him the Intercontinental title because it's like in the past years, growing up, the Intercontinental title was that step to get you to that next level, which is the world title. So having it on Braun and just let him cook, let him get his wins, let him defend that title, let him just dominate for a while. And I think we see him and Gunther cross paths, and then that's when we start to get a Braun Gunther rivalry type going. Who's the heel? I have no idea. I would love to see Braun as the heel. I'd love to see Gunther become the face, and they just kind of go back and forth with it. Even though Gunther has that ring, presence where he's probably not you can't consider him a heel. I think the fans could get behind Gunther a whole lot. Eventually, they'll be able to get behind him. Uh, I mean, the guy's just a dominant guy. He says, "I like Gunther too." Cold heel. I mean, it's not unheard of to a heel versus a heel. I mean, you could always go that route as well, but it doesn't always have to be a heel versus a face. But I think that's where it's going to go later on down the line. Is a Braun Gunther type of thing because you got to think about it. Damian Priest, he's probably going to start feuding with Finn Balor. You got the whole Judgment Day thing going. Then you go down to Cody Rhodes. I mean, they're going to do a Cody Roman Reigns thing, but not until the Bloodline versus Bloodline storyline starts to die off. Then you may see that. I don't really. I mean, the Cody Rhodes thing. I don't know. I want to get into that later. I want to see what you guys feel on Cody Rhodes, where he's going to start going next. Who would he start to feud with? But I'm telling you right now, I feel the Braun versus Gunther move coming very, 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 very soon. So we'll see what happens there. When we come back from our first commercial break, we'll talk more about SummerSlam. We still got Bayley and Nia Jax. You still got the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match and a couple of others after that. This is Rudy Campos Jr. for the Monday Night Madness edition of Sweep the League. Guys, drop a comment in the chat. Also, go to our YouTube page. Go to YouTube, search at Sweep the League TV. Subscribe. We're giving away we're giving away Madden football. Madden Fit 20. Is it 25, 24? I don't even know. We're giving. It's the new Madden coming out on August 16th. My brain is fried. It's my birthday. Give me a break here. We'll be back. Are you looking for a contracting company that gets the job done right the first time? Look no further than MCS General Contracting. MCS specializes in top quality concrete work, including patios, driveways, foundations, and swimming pools. The team of experts are dedicated to delivering exceptional results and unparalleled customer satisfaction. At MCS General Contracting, they're not just hardworking, they're local. Based in San Antonio, they are committed to building relationships and trust within the community. That's why MCS guarantees your satisfaction. They pride themselves on getting the job done right the first time, every time. So why wait? Contract MCS General Contracting today to schedule your project and experience the difference for yourself. MCS General Contracting. Building a better San Antonio, one project at a time. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Hey guys, are you ready for a flavor explosion? Look no further than La Cocina Taco Truck, serving up the best street tacos and quesadillas in New Braunfels. With a 5-star rating and rave reviews, They're not just a taco truck. They are a taste sensation. La Cocina staff is the best in town and pride themselves on making every customer feel like family. Whether you're feeding a crowd or just satisfying your own cravings, they've got you covered because no order is too big or too small for them there. Louis and his staff are all about customer satisfaction and they love their community. Don't worry, San Antonio friends. They're just a short trip away to New Braunfels. So why wait? Come visit La Cocina Taco Truck today and taste the difference for yourself. That's La Cocina Taco Truck, where every bite is a fiesta. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League.
Hey there, sports fans. I'm Ashley, your go-to girl for all things sports here on Sweep the League. Welcome to our daily news reports where we'll be covering the latest updates from the NFL, NBA, WNBA, college sports, and more. We're thrilled to be a part of the rapidly growing Sweep the League network, bringing you fast and fresh news updates every day. Make sure to subscribe to Sweep the League TV on YouTube for even more in-depth analysis and discussions with our amazing team Monday through Friday. Huge thank you to our incredible sponsors in San Antonio for their support. We couldn't do it without you. So let's get started. I'm Ashley, and I'll be sweeping the league for you every day. Stay tuned for the latest sports news and updates.
Pops the mastermind, got the team what we need. 5 rings deep, we the Dynasty Kings. From the Alamo Dome to the banners we bring.
All right, welcome back to Sweep the League. Rudy Campos Jr. here. Derek Irvin is off. He should be back tomorrow. Gio as well. Should be back later on this week. We also have Chris Leha from MCS General Contracting. Will be joining us tomorrow as well, so be on the lookout for that. We'll be talking to Chris about MCS General Contracting as well as some other stuff too. He's a big wrestling fan, so we're going to talk to him. I'll talk to him a little about wrestling as well. And maybe get some sports talk in with him as to maybe how he feels about the Spurs, which we know how he feels about those picks. So definitely shout out to Chris Leha out there. This next segment is brought to you by MCS General Contracting and La Cocina Taco Truck. Like we mentioned earlier, La Cocina Taco Truck. Best 3 tacos, quesadilla, the asada fries. You've got the corn in a cup. You just got it all over at La Cocina Taco Truck. It's a short drive to get satisfied. It's in New Braunfels for everybody that's in around San Antonio and surrounding areas. Drive up to New Braunfels, La Cocina Taco Truck, Thursday through Sunday, 8 p.m. till the last person leaves. Great food out there. Go visit Louis and his staff at La Cocina Taco Truck, proud sponsors of Sweep League. This next segment is brought to you by MCS General Contracting and La Cocina Taco Truck. Get back to some of the comments here. Cody Rhodes is a boring as a champion. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can see that. DJ opinion on the Wyatt sick on their story is the most exciting in WWE since Sammy joined the Bloodline. I'm gonna get back to that. FTP, yeah, definitely. FTP. Cody Rhodes is Roman for the 3rd consecutive year, headlining WrestleMania, and why not? It's played out, man. Cody and Roman, it's so played out. I can't see another match, not right away. It's like I said, you're probably gonna go Bloodline versus Bloodline, and then you may sprinkle in Cody in there as well. It's hard. It's really hard to say, and that's what I want to get into with Cody Rhodes as well. But real quick, let's get back to some SummerSlam coverage. We'll get into Cody Rhodes in a little bit here. The Bayley versus Nia Jax WWE Women's Championship. Obviously, Nia Jax is the winner. She defeated Bayley. She is your new WWE Women's Champion. B minus, I guess. I was really reluctant to maybe give it a C plus. I mean, I'm not too sure about the match. It was an okay match. It was pretty good. I did enjoy it. But again, it was okay. I mean, I honestly expected Bayley to win the match. I expected her to, retain the title, defeat Nia Jax. But again, now the Nia Jax era is going to be on the WWE Women's Championship side. Another title changing hands right there. It was back to back titles changing hands. So What do you guys think of the Nia Jax Bailey matchup? Like I said, I was hoping Bailey would have won. I would have loved her to retain the title. I'm not so sure Nia's ready for the WWE Women's Championship, but then again, I mean, you could get a dominant title reign from Nia Jax as well. So, nonetheless, that to me, that's what I think on the women's match as well. It was pretty good. A couple of, I don't know if there was, I think there was one botch that I remember on there. I mean, Joel's going to set it so it lines up for Mania. Yeah, it's true, but the thing too about Mania is I don't want to go into WrestleMania with Cody Roman again. I don't want to do that. I would like to see other stuff, other matches happen. I just don't know what you do with Cody right now. I mean, if you do Bloodline versus Bloodline, let's say that goes on for a while, knowing the way it works, you would probably see, hell, you probably see Cody join Roman in the Bloodline for all we know. I have no idea, but I'm just saying I don't really want a Roman Cody, matchup at WrestleMania again. It's so hard to even, it's so hard to even just accept it again, just in my opinion, Joel. How the hell did Bailey slam the dog shot at night and she loses that one? Exactly what I'm saying, Leha. Exactly what I'm saying. Because I didn't looking at Bailey against Nia, I didn't expect Bailey to lose. I expected her to retain after all that she went through against Nia Jackson that match. I'm like, come on. This is it didn't play out the way that I expected it to play out. So I definitely was not a fan of that. I'm not really a big on Nia Jax as a worker, but she seems like such a nice person and she's a Christian too. Again, I actually like Nia Jax. I agree on the worker, but I mean her ring technique is not the greatest, and I would make her okay, so I would make her champion based off of dominance. She could dominate the women's division, but it's got to be like big time domination. Like every match, you just have to insert your dominance, and boom, you're done. And I don't know how long that would last when it comes to the WWE Women's division. Mark Vassal, what's up, Mario? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us in for a Monday Night Madness talk here on Sweep the League. Tiffany will cash it on Nia Jax soon. I think so. I mean, you saw at the end Tiffany and Nia Jax celebrating there. Tiffany will probably end up cashing it in right away. Leha's in here. Cody versus Randy. Now, see, I love the idea. I love the idea, Leha, because I want to see Cody against somebody, but I don't know who. Randy does make a good. It would make a good match. It would be something totally different when it comes to Roman and Cody. And like I said, let the bloodline storyline cook a while, a good while. Let it. It's right now. It's kind of simmering. You just tore open the bag. You're gonna have to get ready to cook everything. You got the charcoal in the pit. You're getting ready to put the brisket on. You're gonna have to let it go a little bit longer. You're gonna have to let it cook. So I would say the bloodline versus bloodline needs to cook a little bit. That's why I don't want Cody Roman next WrestleMania. Just let it be for a little bit. You want to go 2 WrestleManias from now? You think that would be a good one? Then yeah, I'd say maybe definitely go that route. I love the Cody versus Randy talk there. Like how Jay and Jimmy with Roman. Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, you can do old bloodline versus new bloodline. That's definitely a big one. No Cody versus Roman have to move forward as damage control phase. Is Tiffany going to turn on Jax? I mentioned a minute ago. I think Tim did mention about Tiffany cashing in on Jax. I think that's what's going to be the play right there. Tiffany's probably going to end up being your WWE Women's Champion here. Not I don't know how soon, but I think it would be pretty soon, probably the next few months. You'll probably see something there where she's turning. The Cody and Roman thing, it, it it's got to it's got to be off for a little bit. And I mean, I it was a played out storyline, and I think that you definitely just gotta let it, go for a little bit. Like I said, let the bloodline versus bloodline cook for a while. Let it cook. Like I said, it's gonna be a good brisket. Got to put the brisket on, let it cook for six, like 12 hours if you want. Just let it cook. That's the same thing you gotta do with the bloodline. Just let it cook. Also, Ayu Sky is oof. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely oof for sure. Naya does the Yokozuna bomb playing tribute. She's part of the yeah. She nailed him pretty good. That's for damn sure. I'm sure Bailey was feeling it a little bit there as well. But yeah, definitely shout out to Yokozuna out there. One of the greats of the WWE/WWF from back in the day. So, again, I gave it a C plus B minus when it came to the Nia Jax Bailey. I figured Bailey should have retained. You go to CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins is the special guest referee. McIntyre did defeat Punk. Good matchup. Was it great? Uh, it was a solid B, I think. It was pretty good. It wasn't too bad. McIntyre did defeat CM Punk. I I just looked to me it looked just like it was sloppy all over the place. And that's just my opinion. Having Seth as the special guest referee didn't really do anything for me. Didn't just it was to me, it was just kind of a sloppy, and you know what? Not even sloppy in the sense of McIntyre and Punk or anything like that. It was just a sloppy match. It just didn't feel right. It felt way off. I think they could have done a lot better in the match, maybe written it a little bit better. Uh, that just it wasn't a really good match. You got two really good talents in Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, and it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like it was a match that had everything behind it and everything that was leading up to it, and it just didn't feel right. And I don't know if maybe Seth being the ref, special guest referee, what is the reason why it didn't feel like that? I'm not too sure. If you guys have any thoughts on the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match, drop them in the comment as well. Joe Clones in here. Those three may end up having a triple threat at Blood in October. That's a good point. I mean, that's kind of what it feels like. You're gonna see a CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, maybe a triple threat match. That's kind of what it felt like even last night. Even though Seth was a ref, it like I said, it just didn't feel right to me. And Harry, bringing Punk ring rust is still showing a little, and I think that's what it was. It just you didn't get I know CM Punk's just coming back. I do know that, and that's why I kind of felt like maybe it was just a sloppy match altogether. And I think it was just a match where it probably could have been left off of SummerSlam, to be honest with you. But that again, that's just me right there. If you guys got any other opinions on the Drew McIntyre CM Punk match, drop them in the comments below. But again, I kind of just gave that a B. Um, wouldn't be shocked if anybody said it was a C plus, B minus. I would not argue with you on that. Definitely give it a B. I would definitely give it a B. Now, World Championship match. First off, Damian Priest, your champion, versus Gunther, World Heavyweight Championship. So, beat to the chase. Gunther is you're your winner. Beat Damian Priest. Finn Balor grabbed Gunther's leg, put it on the ropes. Pretty much cost Damian Priest the match there. Match of the night. I would say so. For me, that was match of the night. That was better. That was way up there over Logan Paul and LA Knight for me. Match of the night was Gunther, Damian Priest. You saw the beating that both guys were taking. Gunther to me just really proved why he's going to be he's going to be a champion for a long, long time. I think the type of run you saw Gunther have with the Intercontinental title, you're going to pretty much see that with, in my opinion, the World Heavyweight title. I would hope they would let him, be title holder for a very long time. To me, Gunther is the guy that he worked his ass off. You saw him go from a great big old fat guy to the chiseled guy that he is now. I mean, he has put in the blood, the sweat, the tears. He's worked his ass off. He's deserved everything that he's gotten right now. He deserves the WWE World Heavyweight title. And I think that they keep him on there. And this is where I mentioned earlier, you saw Braun's dominance against Sammy, but I want to see Braun dominate more opponents, retain the Intercontinental title. And I think that's kind of where it's going to lead up to. I wouldn't mind at all later on. And I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't know how long, but I would love to see it work up to a Braun Breaker versus Gunther match for that world title. Now, I don't think Braun will be ready for a world title reign or even to put the belt around him just yet. I think he can get up to that point where he's fighting Gunther and see how it goes, just kind of test it out. But I think a Braun versus Gunther match needs to happen not in the next couple of months or so, but I mean, what are we talking? Can we say maybe next SummerSlam? Maybe the following WrestleMania after that. You can pretty much just work Braun all the way up. You allow Gunther to have his title reign. The way you look at it is both guys show dominance. You've got Gunther dominating with the world title. You've got Braun dominating with the Intercontinental title. And I think that's where I would make the build up for. I would build both of those guys up to where they end up meeting and they end up clashing. Because right now, those two guys are two guys in the WWE that you can really, really get behind. And you can really sell the hell out of both of those guys. So that's the reason why I said earlier, with Braun and Gunther, I like, the idea of both of them champions now. So it starts to move the machine. It starts to turn the wheel and it spins the right way. I want to see a Braun versus Gunther type of feud. Not soon, but in the distant future, I definitely want to see that. If they can work it up to where it gets to, I mean, hell, could you even possibly see him winning the Royal Rumble and then him challenging Gunther, at WrestleMania? I mean, if you think about it, it's only August. You have September, October, November, December. You got 4 months to get Braun momentum into the Rumble. So could it be? I mean, then they'll probably do it. Well, we're going to do the Cody versus Braun type thing. Fathers were a part of WWE back in the day. So that makes for a better storyline when in reality, a Gunther Braun for me makes a better storyline. But you got about 4 months because you can get him ready for Royal Rumble, win the Rumble, and then make that challenge. So, yeah, Gunther puts in the work, man. He does. Gunther does put in the work. Gunther was one of the best Intercontinental champions in wrestling history. Yeah, I mean, he really was. And that's why I said I think a world heavyweight title run needs to happen for a very long time for Gunther. Who challenges Gunther next? I don't see anyone that's not feuding with someone else that could go with him. That's what I'm seeing, Joel. It's like you kind of maybe just let him, you may see him wrestle. You may see him do another Damian Priest match. Even though Priest is probably gonna feud with Balor. You might see him, on another Damian Priest type of match. Outside of that, I mean, who else would challenge Gunther? Is this one of those reigns where he kind of just faces people here and there, nothing big, and it kind of starts building up to something? I mean, there's really nobody out there that I can see him feuding with at all. You can't say Seth or McIntyre because I mean they're all in a whole triangle with CM Punk right now. I mean, if you guys have any idea who you may think Gunther might start feuding with next, I be sure to drop them in the comments because it's kind of hard to tell right now who he would be feuding with right now. That's a good question. What else could wrestling today? Wrestling would give Gunther a run for his money. Old school wrestler. That's a tough one. I mean, if you're talking heavyweight title, I mean, nobody could probably match his power. His ring technique is it's up there. Hogan was just a basic champion. Flair was a dirty champion. But I mean, and then Warrior again. Warrior is a basic champion. Shawn Michaels would be a little too small. I mean, that would be a little too small. Man, I don't know. I mean, you could probably go with maybe a Gunther, and if you go back in the old day, Rock, maybe even a Stone Cold, possibly. Um, that could definitely that might work. Tim's winning Gunther versus Randy Orton. Randy can't fight everybody, buddy. Randy can't fight everybody. Not Drew. This heel character that Drew's playing is a whiny little girl. Oh yeah. I don't. Is it me or can we just say like I don't know where the hell Drew McIntyre is going with all this stuff here. I can't figure it out to save the life of me. I really can't. I don't know which way Drew's going with all this. Tim wants to put everyone with Randy. Yeah. My wife's a huge Randy Orton fan. She loves Randy Orton, so I'm sure if he can get back on, these big matches, she'll start watching wrestling again. We'll definitely see, man. But good question on the Gunther. I think it would be maybe Rock would be a good one. I mean, same body build. Back when Rock was champion, obviously Rock is just pumped up right now. He's swole and everything. So I think back when Skinny Rock days when he was titled, that would be a pretty good run against Gunther. I mean, obviously Stone Cold, maybe. You could maybe even go Undertaker as well. But anyone previous to that, it's hard for me to think who would probably be a decent competitor when it came for Gunther versus someone back in the day as far as world title. Harry, brought up a good one. Gunther versus Sting would be good. Again, it's a body build. Guys back then, like Sting, like we mentioned, Sting's a very good technical wrestler. He's, a very good mat wrestler. I mean, he's good. So I think that would work. Even if you throw like a Lex Luger or even a Bret Hart, I don't know. Bret Hart to me just doesn't seem strong enough to have the same go as Gunther. So I think Sting would be another good one, a lot stronger than Bret. Overall, I think that would be a better one than Bret. Definitely Luger's more power, so I wouldn't have ever thought maybe the Luger Gunther. Right now, I'd definitely go with Sting. I'd go with The Rock from back in the day when Rock was champion. Maybe Stone Cold as well would be a good matchup for a good match for Gunther as well. You guys got any others? Just let me know, man. But Gunther versus Sting, that would be a good one here. We're going to take our last commercial break here. When we get back, we'll talk more WWE SummerSlam. We got to get into the Cody Rhodes matchup as well. So we'll be back here in just a minute. Howdy from Texas. You've got to be tired of the sizzling electric bills in the Texas heat, right? Well, partner, we've got the solution for you. Introducing Castro & Son Solar, harnessing the power of the sun to save you some serious cash. Their top-notch solar panels will have you soaking up the savings in no time. Imagine lower electric bills, a reduced carbon footprint, and the satisfaction of going green. Their expert team will take care of everything from installation to maintenance. We're talking hassle-free, worry-free, and stress-free solar solutions. So why wait? Join the solar revolution with Castro & Son Solar. Let the Texas sun shine bright and your savings shine even brighter. Castro & Son Solar, empowering your home one sunbeam at a time. Call them today and let's get this solar party started. Can you imagine a world where nature meets wellness, where every sip you take nourishes your body and soul? Introducing Special Leaf Tea, a line of 100% natural, ready-to-drink iced teas crafted to boost your immunity and energy. With 4 unique flavors to choose from, as in hibiscus blueberry, tangerine ginger, pomegranate blueberry, or the original, you can indulge in the perfect blend of taste and nutrition. Their teas are carefully crafted with 2 times the antioxidants and no added sugar. They're known to help with blood pressure, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, cholesterol, weight management, and even provide natural energy without caffeine. Join the movement towards natural wellness. Order now at www.specialleaf.com and start sipping your way to a healthier, happier you. Special Leaf Tea. Nature in every sip. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Spurs fans, are you ready to stay ahead of the game of the San Antonio Spurs with the best coverage in the business? Tune in to Locked On Spurs, the daily podcast that brings you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and all the latest news and updates for your silver and black. Join Jeff Garcia, the most informative and entertaining host in the game, as he breaks down all Spurs news and notes, interviews the biggest names, and keeps you locked into all things Spurs. From Monday to Friday, get ready to start your day with the best Spurs coverage in the business. Don't miss out on the expert opinions, the hot takes, and the can't miss guests. Make sure you're locked in with Locked On Spurs. Subscribe to their YouTube channel now and stay ahead of the game all season long. Locked On Spurs. It's the best Spurs coverage in the business. Don't miss out.
You're watching Sweep the League TV. Shout out to Rudy, Coach Gio, and Derek Irvin. Keep going, guys.
Shout out to SOTV and STL Music. I love the music, and hell yes, they paid me to say it. Commercials are not free, honey. Did you share our YouTube yet? Why not? Go watch Sweep the League TV right now and support my guys. Rudy, Coach Gio, Derek, and crew only talk sports and have fun. They don't have any bad vibes, just amazing fans. We love everyone.
Shemaya, you did it.
Wemby, the king is crowned. Wemby, king is crowned. Future of the league, and he's wearing it proud. We playing justice, playing checkers, no contest. Wemby's got the game on lock, and he's making it statement. I'm talking about Wemby, the next in line. Future of the league.
All right, welcome back to Sweep the League. Rudy Campos Jr. joining you live tonight for some Monday Night Madness. Basically recapping SummerSlam that happened last night. As soon as we're done here, X is the place to be. Brandon, Big Papi Medina, Sith, Lord Elias, they're going to be covering Monday Night Raw. 10 minutes after Raw's off the air, they're going to jump on X for their spaces, down for the count. Join them over there if you want to get the recap for Monday Night Raw. They're also probably going to be talking a little bit about SummerSlam here. We're getting you guys ready for that Down for the Count episode. This last segment is brought to you by MCS General Contracting. Also brought to you by Special Leaf Tea, La Cocina Taco Truck, and Castro & Sons Solar. Be sure to visit all of their pages. Show them some love as well. They're all proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Also, shout out to Locked On Spurs, Jeff Garcia. I was on the show earlier today with Jack Thompson and Jeff Garcia. We talked a lot about Stephon Castle, Rookie of the Year, also other rookies in the league. So we're going to dive in a little bit more of that throughout the week as well. So be sure to check on Locked On Spurs today with Jeff Garcia, myself, and Jack Thompson. So the last match we want to talk about, Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. I'm sorry, Sikoa. I get tongue twisted sometimes, so my bad, guys. The Undisputed WWE Championship. Now, obviously, Cody won. You had the return of a certain someone. I'm not going to really ruin it and ask her. We already know who it was. Out of nowhere, Roman Reigns music hits. The stadium went crazy when Roman came out. Walks to the ring. He took out Sikoa, Superman punch. Gave him a spear. And, of course, the Roman Reigns and the Cody Rhodes looks, it's like, okay. Are you coming back for another round of this? Or do we want that? A lot of us are saying no. A couple of us say, yeah, give us more Rhodes and Reigns. I don't know, man. I think it's got to go it definitely has to go bloodline versus bloodline. I think it last night was the way to start it. Roman's back. Time to get that bloodline going again. And I think they're going to let that cook. Now, I don't know how far it goes will you see Cody and Roman for WrestleMania next year? I don't know. I don't want that right now. Like I said, not next year's WrestleMania. If you want to do it the following year, I'm okay with that. You can make it more of a build up then. But I really don't want to see another Reigns Rhodes matchup just right now. Other interference, when the bloodline interfered, you saw Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, they showed up as well. It was just a big, it was just a big, ending for SummerSlam as well. But the biggest surprise obviously was Roman Reigns coming back, and he had a really big pop. I think Roman as a face is it's going to be huge. And shout out to Roman because it was very tough watching him when he first got into WWE. Obviously, with the Shield, Ambrose and Rollins, it, I it was hard for me to watch for a little bit there, but his mic skills weren't great. Under the tutelage of Paul, it helped a whole lot. And Roman now, I think, is going to be one of those guys that we always will talk about in WWE. I mean, his title run. Can we say his title run is legendary? I mean, it's one of the legendary ones. So he's defeated a whole lot in his life, not only in his career, he's accomplished a whole lot in his life as well. Appreciate Tim. He says Road turns as a face, and Joel Clone, yeah, he had cancer too. So, I mean, he's defeated cancer as well. And shout out to Roman, man. I give Roman a lot of love on that. The guy he's come a long way. He's come a long way. Would I like to see him as a champion again? Yeah. And not only that, I think you could even say, okay, another good matchup that you could cross with Gunther could be Roman Reigns. I mean, you could see a Roman Gunther feud as well. I'm not opposed to that. I mean, two big dominant force guys going at each other. But I hate that to think that because if you do that, I'm like, man, I love me some Gunther as a title holder. I've came around to Roman as a title holder, as a champion. I would almost just kind of like to keep that separate. I mean, if you go a title versus title, eventually in the long run, if Roman has the undisputed title and then Gunther has the world heavyweight title, you can maybe do a champion versus champion night type thing. So I think that would be something cool to watch as well. But we're going to keep our eyes and our ears, on high alert, see what's going on. But again, shout out to Roman Reigns. The match itself, it was probably a B plus, maybe. I would say B plus. I'll give it a B plus on that. It was a pretty good matchup. I enjoyed it, but I don't know where they go with Cody Rhodes. That's the problem. I don't know exactly where they're going to go with Cody Rhodes. Um, Feud wise, I don't know. I mean, yeah, so I think Chris Leha mentioned earlier you could do a Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton type thing. That might be a good thing to have Randy just turn on Cody, and you got a Cody Randy situation brewing there. I don't know the direction because I would hate for him to go back to feuding with Roman Reigns. I think Roman's come back as a face to take out Sokoa, the rest of the other bloodline members. I think that makes a lot more sense to me than to have him just start feuding again with Cody Rhodes. They had to make a new belt because they couldn't take it from Roman. Exactly. I mean, a legendary run, and honestly, I've never thought I would have ever said that about Roman Reigns having a legendary run as a world heavyweight champion, as an undisputed champion at that. I mean, I thought I never would say that, but the guy won me over. And similar to like Logan Paul, yesterday, he kind of won me over a little bit there. I saw the performance side. I've seen the improvement in Logan Paul, and it's great. It's by leaps and bounds. So shout out to Roman Reigns. Welcome back, man. Let's see where this goes here. What do you guys think is going to feud with Cody now? Who do you guys think that Gunther may be feuding with now? Can you potentially see a Braun Breaker and Gunther matchup, or could you potentially see maybe a Gunther and Roman Reigns feud in the not in the near future, but in the future? I think you may see Braun and Gunther. You may see Gunther and Roman. I mean, let's be honest, the WWE right now is in pretty damn good hands. Triple H is doing a fantastic job. NXT is hand over heels. It's amazing. It should be Roman and the Usos versus the New Bloodline. Remember, they turned on Jimmy. Exactly. That's what it's going to be for a while, Joel. It's going to be that. It's got to be that right there. I think it's got to be that. No reason to have a Cody Roman feud right now. Let's get this bloodline situation going and let's let it play out for a while. You definitely are going to see it at Survivor Series. I guarantee that you'll see a Survivor Series type match between the new bloodline and the old bloodline. You're going to see that. I just don't know where they go from there. Do they keep it going up until WrestleMania? You get a Sikoa Roman, main event type WrestleMania match. What do we see there? Then, like I said, after that, following WrestleMania, if you want to do Cody Roman, if Cody's still champion by then by all means, make it happen. But I appreciate everybody joining in tonight. We did cover SummerSlam yesterday, so appreciate everybody joining in. Let me get to a couple of these comments here. We talk about how Stephanie just keeps looking better and better as she ages. Man, she's fine. Yeah, we can talk about that. We can definitely talk about Stephanie. Definitely aging really, really good. Shout out to Stephanie McMahon. Roman needed those 3 months off. He's looking healthier. He looked great, Leha. He looked really, really good. And you're right. I think the 3 months was a really good. I expected him to be out a lot longer, maybe right around. I was expecting Survivor Series type, Thanksgiving, November was where I was expecting him to come back. But he's back now, so he looks really, really good. I'm excited to see where Triple H and the rest of the riders are gonna go with Roman Reigns here. But yeah, definitely got to be a bloodline versus bloodline. But again, appreciate everybody joining the chat tonight. It was a great talk of recapping SummerSlam. Brandon, Big Papi Medina, Sith, Lord Elias, they're getting ready to pop off over on Down for the Count on X or Twitter. They're going to be doing their spaces, recapping Monday Night Raw. Probably also get into some SummerSlam recap as well for you guys as well. So be sure to join them now. Probably in the next, I would say 8 to 10 minutes are going to be on X. So join those guys live now. But for right now, this is Rudy Campos Jr. Until we sweep the league again, we'll see you later, knuckleheads.
Hey there, sports fans. I'm Ashley, your go-to girl for all things sports here on Sweep the League. Welcome to our daily news reports where we'll be covering the latest updates from the NFL, NBA, WNBA, college sports, and more. We're thrilled to be a part of the rapidly growing Sweep the League network, bringing you fast and fresh news updates every day. Make sure to subscribe to Sweep the League TV on YouTube for even more in-depth analysis and discussions with our amazing team Monday through Friday. Huge thank you to our incredible sponsors in San Antonio for their support. We couldn't do it without you. So let's get started. I'm Ashley, and I'll be sweeping the league for you every day. Stay tuned for the latest sports news and updates.